On today's episode of the Locked On Pistons podcast, we are joined finally by my guy AshtonDaTrainer for Cade Cunningham. We'll get into all that. It's going to be an incredibly fun episode on today's episode of the Locked On Pistons podcast.
You are Locked On Pistons, your daily Detroit Pistons podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's the deal? Welcome back to another episode of the Locked On Pistons podcast. Per usual, I'm your host, Kuka Hill. You can find me over on Twitter at Kuka Hill. I want to thank you guys for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. Free and available on all your podcast platforms. Please hit that subscribe button to the YouTube channel or leave us a 5-star review, whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on. That's another great way to support the podcast. I'll let you guys in behind the curtain. This is take two. This is take two of our intro. We started off the last one, and I didn't have his mic on. So it's like we went for like a minute and 45, and the mic wasn't even on, so we had to start over. But let's start over, man. Ashton, thank you for coming on, bro. Appreciate you coming all the way out here. We've been trying to get together for a minute now, but, we finally got it going, so I appreciate you coming out here and getting on the pod.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me, man. Like I said, I'm proud of you. Keep grinding, keep going a long way, man. I love this episode. I love this podcast. I watch it every day.
Appreciate it, man.
Like I said, when I fly, I have it on. I think, like I told you before this.
Right.
I feel like I've seen every episode.
So look, on the last take, he mentioned that, and I was like, man, that might be a little bit more of a grind than me actually making the episode to make sure you're watching every day, 5 days a week. But I appreciate that a ton, bro. I appreciate it. So this is going to be a fun episode. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. We're going to be talking about everything I'm assuming that you guys are probably thinking about, that you guys want us to talk about. But where I really want to start first is, so you mentioned this to me before we started recording, that not a lot of people even really know, I guess, that you're Cade's cousin, that this is like a family thing. So go ahead and get into it and let us know that, let us know how you got into training, not just Cade, but his older brother, Cannon, and, all the other people you train. So what got you into training and doing all this?
Well, so I used to play basketball. I mean, obviously, a kid playing basketball. Everybody lived that dream, want to go to the NBA and stuff. But I didn't like to work out. I'm going to keep it real.
Okay.
So that's a lot to say. Like, you know what I want to say? While they sleep, we working. Mm-hmm. I put that in Cannon and Cade's head. While they was, I'm only a couple years older than Cannon. But as they was growing up, I was just telling them, I went to school with a kid named Avery Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you know
who
Avery Bradley is. He was one
former
of my best
Piston.
friends. Yeah. One of my best friends. And we was the same level, you know what I'm saying? And I would be into the girls at a young age, whatever, and, go kick it and, have fun. He wouldn't even tell me that he was in the gym, bro.
Right.
He'll just be in the gym working out. So then the next time I seen him, he was just way better than me. So I was just like, man, that's why I came with the saying, while they sleep, we working. Mm. Obviously, he made it to the NBA, blase. But, yeah, man, so I ended up training Cannon, which is Cade's older brother. I wanted him to go overseas. He was extremely talented, bro. He's supposed to be in the league, too. I'm telling you now. I just feel like he just didn't have the passion for it. He didn't really love it for real. But he was extremely talented. So Cannon had told me one day, Ashton, I'm done, And all the grind we did, I'm done. Just let me retire in peace. I'm calling him every day. No, please, no.
Hey, man, Cannon was trying to chill for real.
He was trying to chill, bro. So I'm like, all right, man, it's all good. So I asked him again. He got mad. He said, let me retire in peace. He said it like that. I'm like, whoa, okay, big dog. So then that's when I said, well, come on, Cade. He was 5th grade at this time. He had a big old head. He was slow, but he was big. And I'm like, okay, Cannon's 6'10". This kid's going to be at least 6'6". Mm-hmm. Let me get him in the gym. Ain't no way I'm letting him, quit. So I got him in the gym. We just been grinding since then, bro.
So what I know you mentioned that while we were walking up to the house, actually, you're talking about some other people that you've been training. Right. We know that you obviously train Cade. Are there other people in his class or around his class, maybe in the league or maybe outside the league in high school, anyone else that you're training, or is it more just focused on Cade right now?
As of right now, it's mainly just been focusing on Cade.
Okay.
This is the lifestyle now. So now he's the one I've been focusing on. But like I said, I've been training like 4 years before I trained Cade. Other NBA players, the list is long, bro. It's extremely long.
We did see you on I forget whose Instagram story it was, but I remember you put on your Instagram that someone was working out, and they're like, yeah, that's AshtonDaTrainer. That's Cade's trainer.
Yeah.
Who do you know who that was?
I have no idea, man. I have no idea. I can't even think.
But that was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to hear your name mentioned in that, for real.
Nah, for sure, bro. Like I said, I trained Emmanuel Mudiay, Avery Bradley, I can go on and on and on. And a lot of guys that's on the Pistons, like a lot of people don't know 8th grade of Isaiah Stewart.
For real?
8th grade, I had him running the point, bro.
I had no clue.
He was running the point. And Evan Mobley, brother, Isaiah Mobley,
was
on the same team. I had them running the point, just get the rebound and go.
Did you coach like AAU or anything? Did you get into any of that stuff?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was coaching AAU. I can't coach. I can't coach, bro. It's ridiculous.
You get too crazy out there.
Yeah. Nah.
You get ejected a few times?
Nah. I really just get on my players. I don't even think about the refs. I don't use the timeouts at the right time. They go on an 18-0 run. I'm just
chilling.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all gotta go. And so yeah, but I just tell them, I just want to run. There wasn't no X's and O's.
Right,
so
right.
I can't coach.
Fair enough. So you're saying Pistons fans would be wanting you out of there? They'd be asking for you to get out of there.
No. I can't coach for nothing, bro. I'm telling y'all right now.
All right, so we're going to talk about, like I said, we're going to talk about a lot of things, but let's stay on the training aspect of it. So obviously, me and you talk all the time, but this for everyone that obviously doesn't know, I know Cade and you guys have been working relentlessly. So just give everyone a peek behind the curtains and what goes into. I know you guys are working. It seems like, at least from my point of view, a little even harder this summer. What goes into like training this summer with Cade after the season he just had?
It's a grind. I tell my family before I leave to go for the summer, I just tell them, hey, they say good luck because it's really physical. It's physical. It's very, very physical. I'm only, but what that's how you think I'm 5'10"?
I was gonna say no, nah, bro. I'm 5'9", and you were standing next to me. You were probably a couple inches taller than me, so I say about 6 foot, 6'1".
Oh,
what is that? Are you not 6 foot, 6'1"? Maybe I'm smaller than I thought.
I think I'm like 5'10.5", 5'11".
No, I might be tinier than I think.
I joke with Cade and Cannon all the time about me being 6 foot. Hey, you're not 6 foot, bro. I appreciate that.
No, yeah, they gonna mess with that. Cade, Cannon. You feel me? 6 foot, 6'1".
Nah, I appreciate that. But yeah, going into training, bro, it's very, very physical. I do a lot of guarding. Obviously, Cade 6'7", 6'8". He's physical guard. Sometimes I get elbowed. I go home with scars and scratches on my face. I mean, you can see those. Right. I got some scratches.
Right.
But it's a grind, bro. With Cannon, they get to playing one-on-one sometimes in the post. Sometimes it's a little scary. Like, oh.
They start fighting. They ready to like get the blows.
Hey.
Okay.
But yeah, it gets a little physical, man. I think it's just a big brother, little brother thing. And sometimes I just play the middleman and just, play the good guy, bad guy type of deal. But me and Cannon, we really, we tell Cade what's real. You feel me?
Right.
But it's very physical, bro. It's very, very physical. When Cade, I think he did his exit meeting, he said that after the finals?
He had said that after the finals, he was going to train up until the finals. Then after the finals, they were going to take a little break. But it seems like that may not have been what happened because after the finals, we were texting and you were like, we still working. I'm like, what happened to the break?
That was cap. And then when he said that, I was like, oh, that's cap. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm the trainer, guys, and I'm like, I feel like this is too soon, too early. But that's his mindset, and I think it played a part when he was growing up. Was me, telling him get up out the bed, let's go to the gym. But now, it's just a mindset, bro. This is his lifestyle now. But sometimes I think we're doing too much. We need to slow down, take a break. I don't think he enjoys taking breaks.
No, yeah, I was gonna. The next thing I wanted to ask you was because I had Cannon on last summer, obviously, and he mentioned, we started talking a little bit about like how I felt like maybe there was being too much pressure put on him, and he immediately stopped me and was like, "Nope, we want that pressure. Cade wants that pressure. He wants all the pressure possible." I want to segue that into like how you're talking about how he trains maybe too much, maybe he trains too hard. We were talking, and did you say you guys are doing like two a days? You guys are working out twice, 3 times a day? What's a daily workout look like for Cade right now?
Wake up. We have a chef over the summer. Eat breakfast, like a little small breakfast, nothing crazy.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Something he does.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he be going crazy with the peanut butter and jelly.
Love that, bro. Sometimes he'll eat that. I'm vegan for over the summer.
Okay.
Follow they footsteps in the vegan route. But when I go back home to Texas, we all about barbecue.
right. No,
I ain't doing none of that.
I couldn't do no vegan. I couldn't do it.
But yeah, I know that's just my way of supporting Cade by doing it. Just seeing how the grind is and
passion, drive, and patience. The formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors got you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is always guaranteed to fit your ride every time. You'll get your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit only available to U.S. customers at ebaymotors.com.
Do the weight room. So we go to the gym at 12. After that, we'll go get a little quick lunch. Come right back at 6 and lift.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we'll throw yoga in there, but every day it's just been court lift, and the lift is unbelievable, bro. I'm coming straight off the couch. You feel me?
Right.
And I'm doing his workouts, and I'm like, yo, I can't. He does not let me.
No, you about to get in some crazy shapes then.
Yeah, I try to take advantage of the summer because I mean he kills me, bro, in that weight room.
Right.
He kills me, but sometimes I'll be ready to cry in the weight room.
Come on, bro, for real? For real?
I'm like, I can't do it, but
I'll let you in a little story. I'll let you in a little story so we can relate a little bit with that. So my boy, he played football at Northern Michigan University. Okay. So when he would come back, now I'm 26. So this is only a few years ago. He was in college still. So when he'd come back, so I played basketball my whole life, played football a little bit, but either way, he'd come back and he's doing football workouts. So me and him would go work out crunch. I remember one day he had me doing some workouts, bro. Had me picking up like some heavy weight. I swear to God, they make fun of me till this day because I wanted to do like a bench press. It was like dumbbells. And he had like, I forget how much he had. But I wanted to do this and this arm went up and this one was like, hey, I know that feeling, bro. I was about to die right there. It was about to fall. My chest is about to be over with. Man, but
I know that feeling, bro. Like, for example, like we doing like pull-ups. Him and Cannon, Cade and Cannon, they do it easy. Just beats just doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. I
mean, right.
I'm kind of overweight right now, and I can't do that. So they go get the band. Cade will go get the band. And you put your legs in it, easier. It's still hard.
Right.
And he right behind me, making sure I do every rep. You know what I'm saying?
How many reps you get in? 10, 12? More than that?
Probably like 10. Yeah, let's say
10,
like 10.
10?
Yeah. And sometimes I can't finish all 10, and he helping me, pushing me up.
Right.
No, we can quit.
What? we can just quit. I'm not the NBA player.
Yeah, I'm trying to get down. He's like, no, finish that. I'm like, oh. And he got a deep voice, too. So
yeah.
Woo!
It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, it shakes the room up. I'm like, all right, I got you.
Fair enough. So, Cade beginning in some crazy workouts, it seems. Fair enough. So, staying on the workout parts, I think one thing everyone wants to, and like I said, me and you've talked about this a lot, but I'm sure fans want to know. I guess we can talk about Cade's season a little bit too. After Cade's season, obviously a disappointing season with the Pistons. We don't need to get into that, but him individually, I thought had a great season. After the rookie season, or not rookie season, this past season, what is there anything specific that you guys are working on right now? Like, I know it's like you're working on, in the summer you're working on everything out, like everything's getting touched. But is there anything that like after this season you're like, okay, this is an area that we have to get at. We have to get this area. This has to improve. Is there anything like that?
Yeah, ball handling, finishing at the rim through contact, of course. I mean, we're not expecting calls. I've been saying that
right
since his rookie year. We're not expecting.
I do want to say this for to give you props, you and Cade, and just Cade's whole team props. You guys are very self-aware. And I think that's big time for players' developments, the people they surround themselves with, and the player themselves being self-aware. Because, like you said, me and you text a lot. I didn't even bring it up. You brought up, I was going to bring this up as a question, but you kind of brought it up just now. I was going to say if there was something I thought he should be working on this summer, it was the finishing at the rim through contact. This is something me and you've talked about. You've texted me, and we've talked about that as well. So I just want to give that to all Pistons fans, and you can keep going, that Cade is very self-aware. You guys are very self-aware. It's not one of those things where, if a player sees something he has to improve on, they're, a little, hesitant to really address it. Like it seems like to me from the conversation we've had, you guys are very self-aware, and if there's any kind of weakness or anything that can be improved on, you're going to go after that.
For sure, most definitely. Like I said, we tell him what's real. He tell us what's real. Sometimes I'll catch him watching highlights of himself, and I'm like, "Oh, you want to see how you got them buckets?" And he just saying, "No, I should have took care of the ball at this point." He holds himself accountable, and that's the beautiful thing about Cade. But obviously, yeah, we want to take care of that ball better, limit the turnovers, Getting it in better shape. We want to be at 100 as far as shape wise. Yeah, man. Like you said, pretty much everything. Everything is his weakness. Shooting, of course. We want to work on deeper range over the summer. That's what we've been working on. Sometimes he might have to pull closer to half court this year. It was a lot of double teams he faced. So we just trying to prepare for everything.
So you mentioned, so go back to a little bit to the finishing around the rim. Me and you had texted a few weeks ago about this. Is explosiveness something you guys are working on? Because it is. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's something that he brought up too. He wanted to work on that. He used to put it between the legs in high school.
I've seen the clips.
He just want to get back. He want to get back to that.
He had a crazy windmill against, I think, Portland at the beginning of the year on the fast break. He had a crazy windmill.
Oh yeah. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You feeling good? Okay, cool. So, but yeah, today, matter of fact, we worked out this morning. He put it behind the back on the wall in the facility. Cocked it back, dunk. I said, "Oh wow, here we go."
So what goes into that? So what goes into like how? So like for example, again, this is stuff we've talked about, but I've had a lot of listeners asking me. So like the foul drawing stuff, we get Cade gets disrespected incredibly by the refs. What goes into as a trainer and what you guys are working on? How do you guys work on creating calls or getting free throws? Like I feel like from the outside perspective, I'm obviously not in the NBA or anything. I didn't play D1 basketball or anything, but from the outside looking in, someone who's watched basketball and analyzes it, a lot of it's subjective. Like the refs they want to play ball too. They have to play ball. They have to want to blow the whistle. So how do you guys go about it in the offseason? Is there anything you guys identified that he could do better at to try to draw calls? How do you guys address that?
I mean, I always was like, I'm not an actor. He's not an actor. Nobody took acting classes. And so I never was just like, don't fake it and yell and all that. Just focus on finishing it. So while I'm training, like I said, sometimes I just grab him with two hands. Finish through me.
Mm-hmm.
I give myself that I'm a little strong, but so anyway, I'm bad and stuff, but whatever. But yeah, sometimes I just hit him on the arm, stuff like that. I'm not really saying, hey, I need you to scream, just scream. I know that that plays a part, but that's just not how I train. I'm just like, just focus on finishing it. I'm gonna foul you as hard as I can. Sometimes I'm gonna grab you. That's not even a basketball play and just finish through me.
All right.
And that's pretty much how we've been kind of doing it. Sometimes Cannon will foul him just a little bit. We don't go out there and try to tackle him and stuff like that. That's just insane.
Right.
But it is gonna have to come to a point where he's gonna have to start yelling sometimes.
Right.
He's gonna have to start doing all that, but he's figuring it out. He definitely is.
So my thing is, I feel like there's a lot of people that feel like, oh, he needs to draw contact more. He needs to go into the bot. I personally don't feel like he shies away from contact. I don't think he's like going away from contact. I feel like he is getting fouled a lot of times. He's just not getting the call. Do you guys feel like when you guys went back and watched this past season and Cade watches, does he feel like that? Or do you guys feel like he shies from contact? Or do you think it's more so just the refs aren't, giving the respect he deserves?
It's a Detroit versus everybody thing.
Right.
I mean, it's obvious. He doesn't make a lot of excuses, and we don't make a lot of excuses for him, especially not to him. Like I'll talk to, outsiders and stuff like that and be like, sometimes I think it's not fair, but I never tell him that. Cannon never tells him that. But yeah, bro, I definitely think it's a Detroit versus everybody thing. And like I said, I didn't know anything about that, about Detroit versus everybody until we got here. And now I see what y'all mean. At first, I thought it was a cocky thing, but
I mean, I think there's a little bit of that too. I think some cockiness plays into it.
Yeah, maybe so.
Especially like there's other cities that try like taking it. Like I forget what city it was. Maybe it was Orlando or something. But they do like insert city versus everybody, and everyone just spazzes like, "Don't take our shit." What are you doing? Whatever. But
yeah, I think it's just a respect thing. I think we just got to gain respect from the NBA. It's no big deal. It's not an excuse or anything. We just got to get that respect by winning games and and things like that. But we'll be fine.
Fair enough. So is there anything else you want to hit on with the training wise, or anything specific that you think fans would like to know about something Cade's working on? Actually, there is something you said, pulling up closer to half court. You think, is Cade going to be trying to extend his range this year?
Most definitely. That's what we've been working on, extending the range. We just, like I said, we just trying to prepare for any type of scouting report. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know they're going to try to push them back sometimes, but we just trying to be prepared. That's all. It doesn't really, we're just being prepared.
So
anything happen.
So from my perspective, from someone who watched Cade every single game and watched every Piston game, You guys know I'm incredibly high on Cade. I think Cade can be a superstar. I think he can be amazing. One of the areas I thought that really helped him improve this year, and it's clear as day in the numbers, is his pull-up three-point shooting. He started to hit a lot more of his pull-up threes, kind of like how he did at Oklahoma State. Was it Oklahoma State? Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure. So he started hitting a lot more of his pull-up threes. If he, like you mentioned, they like to double a lot with him. If he's able to extend his range, I think that opens up a lot of stuff for him. But I think he's on that progression. That's something that we've talked about on the podcast a lot, is that he's kind of on that progression. The first 2 years, he dealt with that injury to his shin, and the 3-point numbers weren't where I'm assuming you guys would have liked it at. But this past year was a big jump from what it was the first 2 years, and he was shooting a lot better off the dribble. Is that something that he believes can get even better, his off the dribble 3-point shooting?
Most definitely. I'm sorry, we've been working on that as well. Back in Oklahoma State days, step back threes, two combo moves into the three. So we've been working on that. I'm trying to bring that back. He has that. He has it. But yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of that too.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at BetterHelp.com/LockedInNBA and get on your way to being your best self. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it's easy to envy other people's lives. It might look like they have it all together on their Instagram or their Snapchat or their Twitter or their Facebook, or whatever social media platform they are on. But in reality, they probably don't. Therapy can help you focus on what you want instead of what others have and want, so you can start living your best life. Whether you're dealing with something small or dealing with something big or a bunch of small things that have become one big thing, therapy is one way to really help you out. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge, just like that. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/LockedInNBA today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedInNBA to get 10% off your first month with BetterHelp. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm not gonna lie, Cade. If Cade happens to see any of this, there was a stretch after the All-Star break where he started to. I thought before the All-Star break, he was still shooting a lot of threes and hitting them, but I thought after the All-Star break, you started to see a little bit more self-created threes, where he was trying to take those step backs. He was taking a little crossover into a yank step back, a yank back, tween between the legs back. He started to do a lot of stuff self-created wise threes, and it looked really good. So I think he can take a next step, and I think it could be even better. But to go back to what you mentioned, guys are going to come with team success, the refs' respect, and everybody's respect. So let's get into this topic. That you guys Cade just signed this extension. First of all, congratulations. I told you guys congratulations. Incredible moment, incredible moment in you guys' lives and Cade's life, all that hard work. Like I can't imagine how that all feels. So congratulations to all you guys. But extension's been signed. You guys know I keep it real with you. You keep it real. We keep it real. You feel me? I said on the last podcast, look, once you sign that extension, there's pressure. There's going to be a lot of pressure now on Cade. Does Cade feel that pressure now after signing the extension? Do you guys feel that pressure? Or do you guys feel like that pressure is always just there?
The pressure always been there since he was a baby. I'm not gonna say baby.
I feel you. I feel you.
I call him a baby when it's 7th grade, since he was in 7th grade or whatnot. And that was just, climbing the rankings. And then when he became the number one player in the country, that was pressure in high school, So now becoming the number one pick, that's more pressure. So he's used to it. The extension doesn't have nothing to do with more pressure or not. It's the same pressure. Nothing's changed. Like I said, he puts a lot on himself about the season that just happened. And sometimes I say it to myself in my head. Like I said, I let him vent out and I let him speak his mind. I think he puts too much pressure on himself, but I kind of like it. I kind of like that,
Well, it feels like he wants to be great. And that's something you want in a franchise player, someone who not someone that just, I'm good at basketball, so I play basketball because I'm good at it. Someone that wants to be great at the game and is willing to do everything possible to do that.
Right. He definitely wants to be great, bro. Like I said, we working out way too much right now.
Yeah.
I feel like Actually, we are.
Are you guys going to take a break at some point, or is this something you feel like Cade's going to want to be just rampant throughout the summer?
The smallest break that we have is really going to Vegas, and I don't even think that's a break. I think he's going to be working out with the team and working out with the summer league team and stuff like that. But that's the smallest break I feel like we're going to take. We need to lighten up on some workouts. You know, we don't want to burn him out over the summer. He does need to take his break. You know, he needs to get with his family, his daughter, and relax. You know, and enjoy this extension that he signed, because that's all God. You know, God put him in position to, you know, take care of his daughter forever.
Right.
So I do want him to, you know, spend time with his daughter and his parents and go from there.
Right.
Days.
No, yeah, I completely feel it. I feel it. So with the extension, that wasn't the only thing the Pistons did this summer. They have done quite a few moves. Obviously, they brought in Trajan Langdon. They've brought in JB Bickerstaff as the new head coach. They've brought in some veterans. They brought in former Piston Tobias Harris. They brought in Tim Hardaway Jr. They've brought in brought back Simone Fontecchio. They've made a lot of signings to include or to address spacing. And that's something that Trajan mentioned at his introductory press conference, that he really felt like the team needed spacing. I felt like Cade needed spacing all summer or all year. Now that it seems like this team has addressed spacing, do you think that will open up some things for Cade? Do you think that will make it a little easier for Cade this summer or this upcoming season?
Most definitely. And I remember Trey, I knew he was going to address that. I think he had said that he wanted to take pressure off of Cade and don't want him to do too much. And by doing that was just him going to grab some shooters, and Tim Hardaway, Malik Beasley, Tobias Harris, hell, even Stu. You know, Stu every year he got better.
Yep,
gotten better. So we're gonna be fine, and we'll talk about 6 seed a little bit. But we're gonna be fine. Hey, 6 seed, it ain't never go nowhere. Yep. Cool. It never went nowhere. I have confidence in these guys. I want to take the time and tell y'all that I have confidence in these guys. We are gonna do our thing this year. I'm telling you, man. It's not a game.
Ashton, listen, man. You gotta chill, man. You gotta chill, dog. If they get the 6th seed, that'd be fantastic. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible, but who knows? You know, we'll see what happens. Who knows?
Yeah, you know, I have a tweet.
No, trust me. Everyone knows. Trust me. You don't need to tell nobody.
Bro, I think we was 2-on-1, bro. I said it, and they laughed at me. Bro, everybody retweets it today. I'm like, oh, I want to delete it so bad, but hey. There was you're not the only one. There was a tweet where I think I tweeted like after the 3 games they were 2-1, and I was like, "Are the Pistons actually good?" and then I still get hit with that in the DMs. People take screenshots. I still get hit with it. So you're not the only one. Nah, for sure, man. We'll be. I honestly feel like we'll be fine. I don't want to put a number next to it, man. 6 seed, man. I'm gonna go and put a number. I'm putting a number to it.
All right, so
I believe that.
Now, Ashton, I just want to let you know something before we move on.
Okay.
when Cannon came on last summer, do you remember one of the first things Cannon said? He looked at the camera. He's like, "Yeah, Ashton a little crazy with it." We be having to tell Ashton to calm down. But hey, 6 seed. If it happens, it happens, man. I think obviously everyone would be ecstatic about that. And I guess anything's on the table, man. Anything's on the table, especially if Cade takes a leap. If he takes a leap, who knows what happens?
Right,
so
for sure, most definitely. And I mean, I'm a positive person at the end of the day.
Right.
Sometimes I can talk crazy, but you know, I think even with them losing on that losing streak, the good. It's hard to say the good, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The good out of it was, I feel like it made everybody on that team mentally stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that they don't want to experience ever again, you know. So that was the good that came out of that.
Right.
And I'm excited for next year, man. Every player that we sign, I'm texting Cade. Got him. Like, he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm excited. I'm extremely excited, man. I know half the team. Man, I know what they're capable of. I see how hard they work. I went to the gym today. Tech was in the gym. You know, Asar was in the gym. Asar got bigger, bro.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, Asar did get Trajan just came out and said he was cleared full on for full basketball activities, which obviously great his health issue is obviously something bigger than basketball. So we're happy to know that he's cool and everything, and he's able, everything's great or good with him. But yeah, he is back on the basketball court. So you said he's like,
bro, he's huge, bro. Like I was telling him, like, how big you gonna get?
Is he
that today?
He's trying to get big.
I don't really know the plan they have for him. But I just know that he was huge.
He was at the PPC.
Yep. He's at the practice facility. Yep. But yeah, he's big, bro. I was shocked.
So everyone knows that I'm huge. I'm very big on Asar. I wanted him at the time of the draft. He's been my guy since then. With the additions of these, the Malik Beasleys, the Tobias Harrises, the bringing back Simone, THJ, all of that, drafting Ron Holland, there seems to be and it's what's today? Is it July 12th? So at this point, who knows if any trades happen or anything? But at this point, it seems like a little balance of veterans and some young guys. How do you think that's we've talked about this a little bit last year. Do you think that's good to have a balance of veterans and young guys? Do you think it's, a little hard to go all in one direction either way?
Most definitely. It's always good to have veterans on the squad, especially the guys that can still play. This is a young group, so they need mentors. They obviously made it to the highest level, but they still need mentors. They need to see how the vets work, besides practice, how they work outside of practice. Are they the last ones in the gym? And I feel like any young team needs to see that from the vets. So yeah, definitely a mix of the youngs and vets is always a good thing.
So looking forward to the season. What is something that you're looking forward to watching? Let's remove Cade from it. Okay. Let's remove Cade from the equation, because obviously everyone's looking forward to Cade. If there was one thing that you're looking forward to most, can you think of one thing?
Wins. Most definitely wins. For sure. I'm looking for high 30s. 40.
Okay. Now, so let me I just want to do this for you. So they won 14 games last year.
Okay. All right.
So we're getting you on record. I want you to know you're on camera. We're not on text. You're on camera. So you think high 30s is possible?
Most definitely.
Okay. Where do you think they get the most improvement from?
Just the vets. The vets, like I said, the vets I think that plays a big part. Yeah, that plays a big part. So I'm gonna go with the vets.
Okay, fair enough. So let's go back to the extension just a little bit. So Cade signs his extension, 5-year extension. So at this point, we're it's July 12th, 2024. What's the progression of this team? You think what do you think the projection or the progression of this team is year over year over year? So you think high 30s? Is there a time limit for you, not just for you individually? Is there a time where you're thinking, okay, playoffs this year? Is it this year? Is it next year? Are you thinking like this is, we're going to be in the playoffs this year?
I truly believe in the Pistons. Everyone that's on the team.
So six seed. Okay. 6
seed. You want to hear that again?
We gonna hear it. We gonna get the 6 seed. Fair enough,
man.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna get a shirt with 6 seed. Y'all better be ready.
You're not gonna get no shirt with no 6 seed.
6 seed, baby.
So if you show up at a game with 6 seed on it, I need a picture. I need a picture of 6 seed on the chest.
Come on, man.
Ain't no way, bro.
Man, come on, man. 6 seed, but at the lowest, play-in at least.
Right,
sure.
Right.
I'm expecting play-in this next season, from 14 to play-in, whatever.
Right.
So like I said, it's because I watch how hard they work.
Mm-hmm.
They all are great, man. I love every single one of them. Everybody that's on that roster. I have a relationship with a lot of those guys on the team, outside of the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? Just as, like I said, I used to coach Stewart, so I know him. Jenkins that we just got for in the draft. That's on the summer league team. He used to come to my pro run. Sasser, they all Dallas kids. Ron Holland, I used to train him 8th grade.
Ron and Cade went to high school together, or like were they around the same era, weren't they?
Nah, I wouldn't say.
Because
Yeah,
isn't there a picture of them where they're at like an open gym or something?
Yeah.
Cade was like in 12th grade and
Yeah.
Ron was like in 9th or something.
He was, I think Cade. Let me see to correct that. Cade was going into his junior year, and Ron was 7th grade.
7th grade. What was it, like a pickup run or something?
Nah, that's what a lot of people are saying. That was just right after we trained. We all trained together.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it was a training session that I ran. And even at that time, I was looking at Ron. I was like, he gonna be a pro just because how hard he worked, and it was just the mentality that he had. So.
You see, I just want to let you know, you know what's gonna happen after that statement. You know what they're gonna say.
What's gonna happen, man? Let me know.
do you be so? I know you be active a little bit on social media. Do you know that LeBron meme where he's like,
oh Lord,
the LeBron meme when he's like, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, just lying, right? Just lying. I was supposed to know that in 7th grade. Right? Yeah.
So, you know, business fans are gonna be tweeting you saying they're gonna take that little clip. They're gonna be tweeting at you.
Because Because
I believe it though. You're a trainer. You can spot talent like that for real.
Yeah. I mean, when I was training Cade, the job was to get him to Division I. That was it. Good luck after that.
Right.
I didn't expect the number one player in the country. We just grinded. It was some days when we'd be in the gym, man. He wasn't ranked high enough, and he like, man, I did my thing in these tournaments, and I'm not. So I started doubting myself as a trainer. He doubted himself as a player, and then it just used to be hard times through that, that come up. So, yeah, man.
So how much to go back to the training just a little bit? Where does Cade train here in Detroit, or does he go somewhere? Does he have like his like a specialized gym he trains in, or is he just all over the place? He just finds a gym wherever.
He tries to find a quiet place to train at with less distractions. He just want to grind. He just want to work. He wants to go to a gym that's just quiet where he could just work. So we are in California. We train in California, Detroit. So we just do California and Detroit. We'll be back and forth a lot. Last year it was Miami. But yeah, I think we just switches it up. As of right now, we just switches it up. His agency does have a gym now.
Okay.
In California, so we're taking advantage of that this summer. So
I fans would be mad at me if I didn't say this. At least there was a video of Cade and Brandon Ingram working out together. So do they normally work out together? Was it just a random occurrence, or what was that, like a pickup run? What was that?
Man, they both represented by Excel. So yeah, they just both was in the gym at the same time. Nothing crazy. It didn't, it wasn't. Well,
I'm sure that Cade runs into all kinds of people working out. It's nothing. Sure. It's just everyone blew that one out of proportion, obviously. So
he was in there training with his guy, and Cade was in there training with his guy. So it was he just happened to be there at the same time we were there.
Fair enough. So Cade, this upcoming season, is there a player that you are most looking forward to seeing Cade play with this season?
Ron Holland.
Ron? Yeah. How do you think they could play together?
I think they're gonna get at it. They both Dallas kids. Well, let me not say both Dallas kids. We're from Arlington. Cade is from Arlington, so we need to just start saying Arlington. We just say Dallas because a lot of people know where Dallas is at.
Right.
But it's time to put Arlington on the map. So I'm gonna just start saying Arlington, Texas now. But I can't wait to see them go at it, man. To see them on the court together from that picture, that 7th grade, and he was a sophomore. From them being on the same NBA team, it's going to be so real. So I can't wait to see them play together.
So JB Bickerstaff, new head coach of the Pistons, he mentioned that he wanted to get Cade to being one of the best two-way players in the NBA, defense and offense. Do you think that's something that Cade can do?
Most definitely. Cade is a really good defender. He is a really good defender. I don't think a lot of people know that. But for coach to say that was huge. For him to be one of the best two-way players in the league, that was huge, and I want coach to push him, and Cade wants the same, A lot of the guys, even last year coaching staff, they pushed him, nothing, no shade at nobody, but this coaching staff, they're going to do the same, and we'll see what happens, man.
Right.
And I'm excited for Bickerstaff, man. I'm excited for Trajan. I was there yesterday. I talked to him, man. He's a smooth guy, man. He's a smooth guy.
No, he is.
You know who he remind me of?
Who?
Cannon. Can you see that or not?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Maybe not no looks. I'm just saying this how.
No, they're chill, but also both of them are very transparent.
Yeah.
They are gonna say what they're like. I feel like a lot of people, especially with interviews, they don't really say what they're feeling. They try to hide around the bush and stuff. They just give PC answers, QB speak, whatever. Trajan's been very transparent with everything he says. Yes. And at the interviews I've been at, the pressers I've been at, he's been very transparent. That's probably one of my, I was saying this on the podcast, he's one of my like favorite interviews that I've seen people, I've seen answer questions over the last few years, because he doesn't, a lot of times I felt like over the last few years when people would answer questions, they're thinking for a minute, like, okay, I don't really want to say an answer, but let me just, you ask him a question, he's forthcoming. He wants to answer the question. He's transparent. I think he's very relatable. I think fans are going to love him.
He is, man. He's a dog. He is a dog.
The Alaskan assassin, man. Did you know that he played at Duke?
I did know.
So I didn't know. I don't know nothing about college basketball for real. So I was saying his first name wrong for like the first 2 episodes.
Right.
Had no clue that he was like some baller at Duke. Went back. I was like, oh my God, he was a killer.
Yeah, I did know he played at Duke. Obviously, I don't remember watching him actually play for Duke. I think I was too young. But I know my dad had told me that he played at Duke, and I watched his highlights. He was catching some moves. He could shoot the ball. But man, going back to Trajan, man, he's a dog, and it's I don't know him that well. I mean, I just met him, but I can see him. I'm good at reading people.
Right.
I see a dog in him, man. I mean, look at the moves he's making. Like, we're going in the right direction. It's going to be a process. It is. But I feel very, very confident in the direction that we're going.
Yeah, and to speak to Trajan real quick, we haven't had an episode since the last bit of news with the cap space. But to give an update on everybody, and just we're going to take that into a different conversation, so the Pistons have been very flexible with their cap space. They've been very smart with it. Trajan mentioned Michael Blackstone that he brought in to help him with the cap space. So as of right now, they've obviously re-signed Simone. They brought in Malik Beasley. They brought in THJ. They brought in Tobias. And it's not really known yet how they're signing these guys, because they're keeping that flexibility open. So they could potentially still have $19 million in cap space left. They could potentially have 13, or they could have 9. I believe that's the summarization I've seen so far. So with that, I want to ask you, or just talk about this team as of July 12th. This team may not be finished yet. They're keeping flexibility open. There's possible upgrades that could still happen. Is there any spots in the roster you feel like, okay, we could have another person in the room here, just maybe as a veteran or someone to help out here? Is there anything any players in the open market that you see, because the free agency market, there's a few guys left that are like, there's some hoopers.
Yeah, for sure.
So is there anyone that you feel like could maybe help the team out?
I don't really have any names or positions to go with it. I'm always say vets. You can't go wrong with that.
Right.
You need more vets. Like I said, I don't have a name to go with it or a position, but you can never go wrong with vets. Even if sometimes you need a vet that's also going to be on the bench.
Right.
Like Taj Gibson, he did a wonderful job.
He was great. He was great in his time here.
He did a wonderful job, man. I was checking him out. Like, I'm obviously in the stands watching.
Mm-hmm.
And every time a player come out, he first one up, dapping everybody up. He's talking to them while they sit on the bench. And those are the type of guys that we need on the team, and that's why I'm always say vets, bro.
I figured you were going to say vets. Yeah. You and Cannon, you guys have been very adamant about having vets in the locker room for the young guys. And especially with a young team like this, you do need some guys to control them. This is the way to go. This is how you do it. This is how you get better. This is how you need to handle yourself, et cetera, et cetera. So I definitely expected you to say that. So let's wrap it up a little bit with Cade. What's one area of his game that you're really looking forward to seeing improve this year?
I want to see the step back threes, Oklahoma State step back threes. Like I said earlier, the combo moves that he did in Oklahoma State. I want to see him jumping out the gym.
Do you think he can? So you think he's gonna get real bouncy this year?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Yeah, most definitely. I don't know. We cussing. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. But anyway, forget the foul. Okay, I want to see him.
Yam on somebody. You want to see him?
Just go through him.
K got it? You think does K got that in him to be just yamming on people?
He got it. He's just so smooth where he just
mess
around the rim. He likes that. Time
out. We got to address something on the podcast, bro.
Okay.
His rookie season, the reverse dunk on who was it? John Collins. So I need you to settle the debate right here. Was he pointing at you guys in the stands, or was he pointing at John Collins? Don't bail him out here.
He was pointing.
I respected a whole hell of a lot more if he was pointing at Collins.
He's pointing. I'm like, there you go, boy.
He was pointing at you guys for real.
Yeah, he pointed at us, man. He pointed at the fam.
We should have just left it we should have just left it as a mystery, bro. It would have been. I'm just gonna lie to myself and say he was pointing it because everyone got mad. It's like some people got mad for pointing at. I thought it was. I can't swear in the podcast. But I thought it was goated, but then everyone was like, "Nah, he was pointing at his guys out there." I was like, "Was he really, or is that like an excuse there?" Or
he was pointing at us. I think Canada was like,
right.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Do you guys be so? Do you? How many games do you be going to?
For me, I live in Dallas still, so I just come on a long road, like home road streak. Every time they got home games, like 6, 7 in a row, whatever,
yeah.
I'll come during that time. This year I might get a little place out here so I can be around a little bit more. But I was at a lot of road games this season. But next season, man, I don't want to hear no boos. I need y'all standing with us, man. Through the bad, the ugly, all that. No more boos, man. No more sell the team, none of that.
So let me ask you something.
We ain't gonna do that anyway. It's 6 season, baby.
So at the 27-28 game mark of the loser, you didn't have any you didn't feel a little boo coming. You didn't feel any boo in your chest or anything.
Nah, I didn't.
I mean, well, I guess
I didn't. I was frustrated.
No, yeah, but we didn't really bring up during that streak. You brought up, I mean, a little bit how you thought maybe it could be good for them. Well, for Cade during that streak, I thought a lot of people, Pistons fans, I don't know how active. I know you're a little active on social media, but there were Pistons fans that were like, well, if Cade was really him, he would step up and drop 40. He would come up and drop. He'd go off and lead us to a victory and end this streak. During that streak, I think you really saw Cade have switch that, hit that button, and it's like, I gotta do something. I gotta go. And we saw a 40-point game. There was one game, I forget which one it was. He missed one shot in the second half, scored 27 in the second half and missed one shot or something. Or he may have been even 100%. I forget which game it was.
Yeah, 100%.
It was on his way to a 40-point game. That second half, I think he either missed one shot or none at all. But we really saw him tap into a bag that I don't think, not that he hasn't been great. He's been great, but he tapped into I have to be the reason why we do this. I have to get us out of this. Is that something that, is that something that Cade wants to do? Because there's been a lot of talk about, even pre-draft or at the draft time, some people were like, oh, well, he kind of likes to facilitate and get his teammates involved, then he'll finish it. Right. And then during that losing streak, we did see him go take more of a, I gotta get this. I gotta get us out of this. So is that something that he wants to tap into, or is that something he wants to get his teammates involved more?
And that's the thing, as far as with that losing streak, it was a lot of figuring it out moments, okay, do I need to attack the game this way? And do I need to get 40, you know what I'm saying, for us to win the game? But it was just, like I said, it was a lot of learning experience that went through it. That's why I said that was the good that came out of this. I don't want to see that anymore. They don't want to see that anymore.
Yeah. But
you got to go through bad things before you become successful, right?
Right.
I'm not saying I'm successful, but man, y'all don't know the struggle.
Man, I think you've made it pretty far, bro. I think you're pretty successful. I call you pretty damn successful, man.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate you. But yeah, he wants to get it. He's unselfish, he's not a selfish player. He wants to get his teammates involved. He want to see his guys perform well. He want to see his guys 30 and 40.
On the bench, he's one of the main guys jumping up, celebrating after every shot, after a three, a dunk, anything. He's going crazy on the bench.
Man, he was so excited when Flynn had that 40.
Yep. He was going crazy 50. Over there. Yeah, 50.
Man, he was lit. Flynn was chilling. Cade was like, "Nah, turn up, man.
Yep.
That's what's up." And that's the person that I want everybody and the fans to know. I wish they would know Cade that type of way, because he's very unselfish, very supportive. Obviously loyal. He got me with him, still to this day. He can easily go to another trainer, but he still got me tagging along with him. He's a good guy, man. Like yesterday, for example, one of these days, we went through Detroit Airport. The fans was asking for pictures. He getting every picture with everybody asked for. And I'm like, I'm kind of telling him, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. But he's a great person, bro. He really is.
Right. Is. I think that, and I've picked up on that talking with you guys, and he's, like you said, I've picked up on that he's unselfish, very loyal, wants to see his teammates succeed. But I felt like during the losing streak, and not even just the losing streak, during this past season, I think what is one of the good things that came out of this season, I thought Cade had a great individual season himself, especially with the circumstances. You don't need to comment on it, but I will. The circumstances, some of the spacing with the lineups, the roster construction, all that stuff. And the fact that he was able to rise above that and have the season he did, I think it's even like the season was great itself. And when you take in all of that, I think it really shows how great of a season he really had. Right. One of the things I thought he really started to learn, that I saw him start to learn, I feel like watching, was, like you said, he wants to get his teammates involved. He wants to be unselfish. He wants to see his teammates succeed. But I feel like he started to learn that there is certain gears that you need to switch into at certain times. There's times where I need to be aggressive. I need to get in there. I might have to take 20, 25, 30 shots. There was a few times at the end of the season where I think he took like 26, 27 shots. He was getting them up there, but that's what the team needed. So I think that's something that he was picking up on this past season, that, yeah, I need to get my teammates involved. I can be a great playmaker. I can make the skip corner pass. I can make guys better. But sometimes they really need me to just be me, to be him. Yeah, and sure. I think that's something that he picked up on. Is that something that you guys have talked about, or something that he's relayed that he picked up on, or is that something that maybe I'm blowing out of proportion?
No, I think you're absolutely correct. Yeah, I think you're correct. He's the leader of the team. I feel like all of them are leaders. But he knows that he's the leader, whatever. So, but he, like I say, he put a lot on himself. So he was just trying to figure it out for real. But yeah, you're right though.
All right. So to wrap up the podcast, we'll wrap it up here. I'm going to put you on the spot just a little bit. Just a little bit. Predict Cade's stat line this year? What do you think? What do you think he's putting up? What do you think he's putting up? You want me to go first? I'll go first and kind of take the pressure off.
Let's see your answer.
So I think Cade can put up 26. I'm going to go with 26, 7, and 6. I think he can put up splits of like, what was he, 45 this year? I say like 46, 47, and then like 3-point percent. I think he got up to 37% and like 88% from free throw line. That's what
you want the money.
Yeah, so I think right around there, I think that's where he can be at. And if the team is successful, I think he'll be an all-star. And my goal, or I guess what I'd like to see from him, I think he can get to above 65 games played. I think he could be one of those guys that maybe, because of team success, if they get the 6th seed, I mean, maybe he gets the All-NBA team. You feel me? But I feel like at the end of the year, I think he can be one of those players of, maybe he doesn't make the All-NBA team, but he's one of those players that's like, he's coming. He's the All-NBA player. Like this. So, because I think All-NBA has a lot to do with team success. So that's what I think is coming for him this year.
The numbers that you just said, I'm with you. It's kind of hard for me to predict his numbers, just to see how everything looks. Especially if we're not done with the team and the roster. So
how about this? How many posters he gets this year?
Posters?
Because you said he's going to be bouncy this year. He's going to be, how many posters do you think he gets?
82 games, huh? No, it's not.
It's 82 games.
But I'm not going to say 82. You know why? We're going to playoffs. So, anyway, I'm going to say at least 20.
20?
At least 20.
20, okay.
20. Yeah, and I'm not expecting 82 games. I'm expecting, more games than that.
Right.
Playoffs.
All right, 20 posters this year. 20 posters this year. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I got 20.
All right, bro. All right. We'll wrap it up there. Is there anything else you want to say to the fans before we wrap it up here?
Man, I appreciate you guys. Y'all embraced us all, in Detroit, man. I love Detroit. I want to put it, we want to change Detroit up. I said that once we found out that in the draft lottery that we finna turn Detroit up. I want to be the Spike Lee of Detroit. I want to be at the games like Spike Lee in New York. You know what I'm saying?
I can feel it.
I want to have a good time. I want to be positive. We're going to get out of this. We're going to get out of this struggle. Y'all just bear with us. Be with us. Support the guys because they're working hard. I left the gym and Tobias Harris, Tech. A lot of guys that y'all think are just chilling over the summer. They're in the gym working. Trust me. And I'm doing the same drills that Cade is doing. I'm defending. I'm in the weight room. And it's hard. It's hard. But, yeah, y'all bear with us, man. Like I said, I love Detroit. Thank you guys for support. And we're going to get to the playoffs, man.
I appreciate Ashton for coming on, man. This was a lot of fun. We've been trying to get together for a minute. We finally got it going. I really enjoyed it. I think they're going to love it. So I want to thank you guys for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. Free and available on your podcast platforms. Hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. We got to be the 10th team locked on to hit 10,000. So please hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. You can also leave us a 5-star review on whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on. Until next time, I'm Koo. That's Ashton. I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe out there. Peace out.